Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? So it looks like the news have dropped for the Future Gohan Dokkan event coming up, which is going to be the event for the medals needed for the upcoming Future Gohan Dokkanfest unit. But on top of that, there is also some news, exciting news, so let's go ahead and cover that. But this is your generic announcement about the new Dokkan event coming, you know, blah blah blah, pretty much indicating that Future Gohan's right around the corner. It looks like the preparation period's gonna start midnight of October 2nd. This is of course JP time, so depending on how things go, usually they get things up and running within like 24-48 hours. So I would say later this week that new banner should be dropping for Future Gohan. And now in terms of the stats and all that, you know, we'll have to wait till more information gets released or leaked out, and we'll find out more related to that. But there is actually going to be an event renewal for this story event, which is A New Hope, I think is what it's called in English, or the global version. But the very good news about this one, and I have actually been waiting a hell of a long time for this, is the fact that this guy will finally Dokkan Awaken. So similar to like the Super Saiyan Gohan unit that Dokkan Awakened finally in the BoJack story event, this is one of those where they decided to renew the story event and actually apply the Dokkan Awaken for units that a lot of us probably wanted for a long time. So the artwork's very nice, so I am definitely going to be rainbowing this unit without a doubt. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the transforming Super Saiyan Goku a little bit, but yeah, it's very exciting the fact that this guy is finally going to Dokkan Awaken. Now, the stats and leader skill passes, all that, we don't really know anything about this unit right now, but the simple fact that he's getting a Dokkan Awaken is very good news. Now, on top of that, because it is going to be a complete revamp of the story event, these guys are going to be added. Now, as you know, this is the Future Android 17 and this is the Future Android 18. First of all, I do want to mention that, as far as I know, this is the first time that these future versions of the androids, this is the first time they'll actually be farmable in terms of SA, so I think it'll be good in terms of a lot of the other summonable units, you know, kind of had a struggle of leveling up SA. This should help out a lot in terms of farming the SA and whatever. So from my understanding, I think this is the first time they're actually getting a farmable SSR version. Now, for the Android 17 version, it's an Android category lead, key plus 2 HP attack and defense increase of 30%. And then for the Android 18 version, it's siblings bond category key plus 2 HP attack and defense increase of 30%. Now, keep in mind, both of these guys will Dokkan Awaken into another state, which is going to pretty much signify that their leader skills will also improve on top of, you know, the 30% percentage. Who knows what the final product will be, probably no more than 70%, realistically speaking, maybe 50%, something like that, but this won't be their final state. They will actually Dokkan Awaken into a different version as well. In terms of the other indication of news, I mean, it's basically just letting us know about the preparation period. Again, this is going to be the same as the Future Gohan, where it's starting at October 2nd at midnight. During that time, basically, you're not going to be able to access this event. Let's see. This is basically talking about the first time clear, you know, Dragonstones or whatever. It's, you know, you're obviously going to be able to get Dragonstones once it renews. The one thing I do want to note is on here talking about after the renewal, stage 10 through 12. There was, you know, there's currently a limitation on certain characters you have to bring on that story event or specific stage. That looks like it's going to be lifted, and whether that's going to be completely open to whatever units you want to bring or a new unit requirement, that's kind of up in the air right now, but it is going to be, you know, at least changed up a little bit in terms of the units you were currently required to bring. On top of that, I mean, there's not really much news. I think the only other thing is, you know, during the obviously preparation period, you're not going to be able to access it, even with the memory of keys, stuff like that. I assume in terms of, you know, we can actually go to the story event right now, but as far as like the Gohan unit, it should still be some, you know, you should still be able to farm it even with the renewal, because he is getting a Dokkan Awaken after all. So that'd be kind of messed up if they, you know, completely got rid of the SR unit, which I highly doubt. So I don't know. I might play it safe and just go ahead and get the extra 4 copies for the hidden potential pass or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much the deal with that. Let's see. I mean, it looks like future categories get a increased drop rate on here. I didn't actually notice that before, but maybe this is a recent change. I don't know. It's been a while since I accessed this particular story event, so maybe it's always been there. Maybe I just haven't, you know, caught up with the, you know, basically played the event in a long time to where I actually didn't, you know, be aware of it. But in terms of like, yeah, here we go. So in terms of like the list of stages, you've got the Trunks unit and the Gohan unit. Those were the only units you could get out of the event, and then obviously the you know, Dokkan Awaken versions or whatever. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, this SR version should still be available to be able to pick up and Dokkan Awaken. So I don't know. Like I said, I might just go ahead and get the 4 copies while I can. I'll just play it safe. But other than that, that's, you know, pretty much the news in terms of what we know. And hopefully, you know, we'll have more information once the data download and all that stuff comes out. But outside of that, that's probably about it. We'll see how this guy's new stats, leader skills. Hopefully, he's actually going to have possibly a dual category lead with secondary, if not primary, leader skill as the hybrid Saiyans. I know a lot of people are asking for it, so we'll see if that actually happens. But more information should be dropping within the next 24 hours where we do find out more information. So until then, I guess we'll hold off and we'll leave it at that. But I know it's a little bit early in the morning, but I do appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you guys later. All right, peace out.